Hello and welcome to The Drift. I'm your host, Sierra Goodwill. Our project boat is coming along nicely as we roll up the sleeves and work to make our old boat like new again. And this time, John is on his way to find some cost-effective and stylish upholstery solutions specially tailored for our project boat.
When you're working on a project boat such as ours, to keep cost in check, oftentimes you have to find, the local guys with the good reputations. Well, we've done that in Aaron Ledger. He's going to hook us up with our canvas and upholstery repair. Aaron, here's the last of it.
Hey John, good morning.
Good to see you again, man.
Yeah, thanks for bringing all the cushions by.
This was the one that always got waterlogged, always held water. We'd have to turn it over when we got to the boat to drain it out. And you said because it didn't have a mesh on the back, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, there's no real way once water got in there, because seams and stuff, zippers do leak.
Yep.
So once the water got in there, there's no way to get out.
So you have to expect it to leak and then let it drain.
Right, exactly.
Right? So what would you put on the bottom of this?
Yeah, there's a couple different choices. So some type of mesh, Tex type of material that you can see through and the water will drain. So this is something that you would place only on the bottom.
So that goes on the bottom.
Yep.
What goes around the cushion inside? Is there plastic around the cushion typically?
Yeah, so to help some of this is we wrap this with like a silk plastic. So it doesn't make a lot of noise like when you sit on it and stuff, but it allows the water to shed around the foam and then drain out the bottom.
So the stitching on this, is it like what's older is better, or are there advancements in stitching and vinyl now that makes what we're going to do better than what we did 30 years ago?
So I guess in my experience, in my opinion, a lot of the vinyl is just as good. I mean, you can see how the stuff's holding up.
Yeah, that's I can't pull it apart, and that's 30 years
But
later.
where we really advance is in the stitching.
Okay.
So back then it was all nylon thread.
Right.
Today we have synthetic lifetime thread. So the thread that we use today is much better.
So
than
that
the thread
pulling
that we had in the
apart that
past.
we saw in the base, this was the stitching failing and the vinyl failing, right?
Right.
We're not going to get that.
And now that's what you see the most due to acid rain, UV, is the stitching actually disintegrates. You look there, the stitching's actually gone. So if you had lifetime thread, that stitching would still be there.
So you'll give me 30 years on our new stitching.
Yeah,
Let's see, my
I'll give you the
age,
standard
30
warranty.
years. I think I'll be all right, right?
Oh, yeah.
Unless I'm 98 trying to take this boat out.
I think the only thing that we need to do is select what color vinyl and what type of vinyl.
Aaron, look at this. Here's some good examples, right? Multicolors. It's funny. I had an 81 Sea Ray. And back then, the browns and the tans were all the rage. Everything was brown and tan, and then it all went away. No one wanted brown and tan anymore. It was all the whites and the lighter colors, but look what's back, right?
Yeah, it is starting to come back.
Yeah.
The tan, the browns.
You've got a brown here with sort of a difference in just material here, right? This has got sort of a texture on it, and that's clear.
Yeah, it's a smooth versus textured.
Okay. And you've got a gray and white here, which is a really nice look. The hull of our boat is green, so any of these colors would kind of go with it. And that's an off-white.
Yep.
All right, so we need to pick one of these, right?
Well, we got to pick a color. It doesn't have to be one of these.
Aaron, you do have color and fabric selections here, don't you? Wow, look at this.
Yeah, this is one of many books that we have, but this is a great one that just shows the variety of different colors.
I love that diamond pattern that's hot now. Like maybe a two-tone with the diamond pattern on the inside and then flat around. When it comes to those kinds of patterns and designs, what about cost? We're trying to stay frugal and keep costs low. Does that accelerate the cost of the project, or is it about the same?
So when you start talking diamond stitching, that's probably one of the most expensive things. A more cost-effective option is some of the textured materials that
All right, so this looks like the diamond, but it's a textured material.
Right.
So that diamond, you actually stitch each one of those diamonds
I
in?
have to pattern it out, and then I sit there and I stitch it all on the sewing machine. So a lot of hours go into that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. All right, John. So one thing I do want to mention is going with a quality fabric. So you mentioned, like durability and stuff like that. So all these manufacturers, they have specs.
Wow.
On
yes, they do.
How long this is rated for the UV resistance. So how long can it be in the sun? They also have abrasion resistance. So how many rubs can this take before it wears out? So sometimes when selecting your vinyl, they say you have two that are similar. I like both of these whites. you start to look at the specs. So which one's going to hold up best for the requirement
So there is a
that you
difference.
need, right? There's a lot of selection. The key is just to use top quality materials. Now this material here matches pretty good to what you had on the boat.
Now, because there was that one cushion that we said we wanted to keep that was in pretty good shape, but I've got to tell you, after seeing this stuff, I think I'm going to have to pull that one and bring it to you and have you do that one as well. To do the whole boat new and then have that one cushion, I couldn't live with that, man. I'm telling you.
I was kind of thinking the same thing.
All right.
There's one more cushion. We might as well do it.
All right, I'll get the screw gun. I'll pull that one off, get it over to you guys, and you guys will have this done by the weekend, right?
Absolutely, by the first weekend in the spring.
As always, there's more project boat info and DIY tips at driftsociably.com and at driftsociably on social media. So like, follow, share, subscribe, and drift sociably with us.